let's jump in to some Alan Wake. Epic Games, huh? Hi, Mr. Steak. Certain flashing images, light patterns may cause epileptic... Okay, so... Viewer sensitivity warning. Press any button to play Alan Wake. I am going to choose the up on the D-pad button. That's what's up. Alright, so I've never played Alan Wake. I played Control and all of the DLC for Control, so I know a little bit about what happens here. But I've never actually experienced Alan Wake. So we're gonna see what's up. I go normal. I'm not allowed to go nightmare. Note to self, gonna have to turn on subtitles in a minute. Hi, Alan. Not getting any audio. Any audio? Huh. Oh, there we go.
I've always had a vivid imagination.
That was weird. I wonder why it didn't unmute.
It was wild and dark and weird, even by my standards. So yes, it began with a dream. Following a typical nightmare pattern, I was late, desperately trying to reach my destination, a lighthouse. For some urgent reason, I couldn't remember. I'd been driving too fast down a coastal road to get there.
God damn it, Alan!
Dangly parts.
I can ride her.
I'd
Nice.
seen the hitchhiker too late.
He was standing in the middle of the road. That's kinda on him. Like a little bit. Sal, you want my milk
He was
bowl? Here
dead.
you go.
I was convinced they'd put me in jail and I would never see Alice again.
But then he was fine, so it's okay. Gotta fix that bumper, though.
Suddenly, his body was gone.
Episode 1. Nightmare.
I was in shock from the crash. I could hardly
Hey,
stand on my
Lani.
feet.
Chris Gregg. Think of the 22 months courtesy of Probably Not a Mere Man. Look up at the light. No, I'm good. Hey, Lani. Playing Stephen King, the video game remastered. Not a bad way to start the season. Hell yeah. I mean, technically we started October by playing some Aria of Sorrow, which was also a very good way. It's one of my... Castlevania is definitely one of my go-to Halloween games. Really geek. Thank you for the 80 bitties, man. Why does Alan Wake sound like Christian Bale in American Psycho? Reasons? Isn't Alan Wake the same dude that played the cool doctor in Control? Hold on, I want to turn subtitles on. There we go.
I had to go to the lighthouse. I knew there was something important waiting for me there.
Yeah, that's the goal. We'll go that way, I guess. Eh! Don't you steal my car! Don't you do it! Whoa! He teleported!
You don't even recognize me, do you, Ryder? You think you're God? You think you could just make up stuff?
That's what writers do.
People's lives and kill them when you think it adds to the drama? You're in this story now, and I'll make you suffer.
Okay, okay, chill, buddy.
There would be a single readable sentence in your books if it wasn't for your...
That's not necessarily true. Whoa, I got ups. Woo!
You missed your deadline!
I can dodge enemy attacks. Okay. Hey, can you come over here and, Hit this fence. You missed!
I realized that the hitchhiker was a character from the story I'd been working on.
Or at least he is now. Merrick, thank you for the 100 biddies. Spooky, scary Shadowman sends shivers down your spine. Okay, I don't think I'd write the homeless man turning into a tornado. Although that would be pretty cool. I like his running gait. He runs like my grandpa.
This way!
I mean, when he was alive.
Hurry! Wait, it's me. Hey, Stuart, remember? Quickly, get inside. There's no time to lose.
Okay. Oh, Stewart's dead.
Oh, no.
Stewart, it's okay. Just hold the L button and dodge.
No! Damn it, die! No! No! No!
You can't kill the tornado, homelessman. Nope, I'm not here.
I was trapped. There was no way out.
Oh, okay, that's, You die. Stop it. I'm digging this Evil Dead vibe I'm getting.
It was a death trap. I had to get out.
The plan? How are we doing that? Is there a, Okay, there. That's a way.
Follow the light.
Follow the light. Should I continue following it that way? Nah, that looks like a cliff.
You should go into the light. You are only safe there.
Oh, good. I have Wolverine powers in the... Oh.
Well done. I have something important to tell you. It goes like this.
Uh-huh.
For he did not know that beyond the lake he called home lies a deeper, darker ocean green, where waves are both wilder and more serene. To its ports I've been. To its ports I've been. Do you understand?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Follow my light.
Okay, that I understand.
When it feels you coming, it will wake up. There's no time. I can only show you the most important thing. The hitchhiker has been taken over by the dark presence.
Noted.
You can't hurt him now. The darkness protects him from all harm.
Well, that's not fair.
Only light can drive the darkness away and make him vulnerable again. Here, take the light.
Oh, okay.
Turn your flashlight toward him and burn the darkness away.
Burn the darkness! More batteries. Got him!
You did
Now
it.
what?
Now the darkness no longer protects him, but it's still inside, controlling him. He can't be saved. He's still a threat. He is still your enemy.
Gotcha.
Here, take the gun.
Have this gun, Alan Wake.
Now you'll die.
Okay. Ow! Stop it! Whew, this homeless man is very resilient. Stop that.
Good. You've done well. Remember what I've taught you. That is all. I will give you back your dream now.
Okay, thanks, God.
In the nightmare, a terrible darkness was taking over the world. The The lighthouse was the last safe place on Earth.
So if this is my dream, why do I need batteries in my own dream? Gotcha, idiot. Ow. Ah! Sorry, that's... Whoa! Okay, there was another one! Back the fuck up! That's what I thought. Click up flare gun ammo and the flare gun. Okay. I'm guessing the flare gun acts as both light and gun.
Just like...
Pop! Yeah, that'll do. Chris Golnick, thank you for the 100 biddies, man. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna, you know, stay in the light.
I can keep this up.
Can you? Okay, okay, angry homeless tornado. Oh boy. Yep, just throwing cars at me. You do you, homeless tornado. Okay. A little more bits. Super looking forward to more D&D at the table tomorrow. Want to ask, is there any chance of Unabridged returning? Sorry if it's been asked before. We're looking to get back to shooting in November, actually. Finish out the season that we started. And we in. Spectre Fall, thank you for the 100 biddies. Great session tonight. Quick question, where can I post fan art for next week's session? On Twitter, you can just use the hashtag TFS fanart. And if you go to the TFS Discord, there should be a fan art section there. Gorilla, thank you for the additional 100 biddies as well. God gave you a gun, do you question it? No. I don't question it. Oh no. Now it's just the house.
He's here. Alan, wake up.
Eh.
Shh, baby. Just another nightmare. Everything's fine. You dozed off.
Right. Anything more than dozed off would be news for everyone.
Cheer up, handsome. We're here.
Okay. Welcome to Bright Falls. It was all a dream cliche. I mean, they led off by telling you it was a dream, so it can't really be the cliche if they tell you up front that it's a dream. Checkpoint reached. Oh, this is scenic.
Let's act like we're on vacation. Go stand next to that old gentleman there. I want a shot of you with the town in the background.
Sure. I'll even give you a title for the shot. A city boy, moments before he got eaten by a bear.
Are we talking about this guy? I don't think this guy's gonna eat me.
Hey, Lani.
Hello there. You picked a good time to visit our town. Deerfest is just 2 weeks away.
Deerfest?
Deerfest, huh? Did you hear that, honey?
You have a lovely wife. If you don't mind me saying. I'm Pat Maine, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Can I not shake his damn hand?
I won't
No
pretend
prompt
I
for
don't
that?
recognize a famous writer such as yourself.
Possible Junior, thank you for the
Mr.
41 months of Prime
Pleasure.
support. Happy
I'm an
anniversary,
avid
man.
reader myself. I hope this isn't too presumptuous of me, but I'm the night host at the local radio station. Any chance I can get an interview?
Look, Mr. Maine, I'm on vacation. In fact, I'd appreciate it if we could keep my being here just between the two of us. I'm sure you understand.
Fair enough. You can trust me to be discreet. Not a hard man to track down if you change your mind, though. I hope you two have a lovely holiday.
Nat Wonder, thank you for the 100 biddies. Thanks for bringing back the show that gave me my namesake. Also, me and my daughter love your Bluekin voice.
Aw, thank you so much. Glad you enjoy TFS at the table.
Get enough shots?
Very nice. I got a couple of really good ones. And I see you made a friend. That's cute.
Right.
Ahoy hoy.
Bestseller? How's my favorite writer? Are you there yet?
Barry. Yeah. We just got it.
Are the locals giving you trouble? Just say the word and I'll hop on a
I'm
plane.
doing good. How are you
Make
doing,
sure that
Hinata?
you're left alone, Al.
No, Barry, we're fine.
Great,
Barry.
great. Just want to make sure you can relax, recharge. So, how is the place? Has it gotten your creative juices flowing?
Barry, we're just settling in.
Okay,
We're still
Al.
on the fucking
I'll
boat,
play,
Barry!
Make sure you're doing okay. And you
Merrick, thank you for the
call
100
me if
biddies.
there's a problem,
Hype train?
okay?
Ooh, yeah, it is a rolling.
Just look out
Remember, you're an
for you,
awesome
buddy.
dude. Thank you so
Talk to
much,
you
man.
I love you too, Barry.
Hey, look, they're setting up for
You
Deer
know he's going
Fest.
to be calling you every 5 minutes.
Gorilla, thank you for the 80 biddies.
Barry is Barry. I can always turn off the phone.
What did I tell you?
Text message from Barry. He says hi to you too.
Tyrosine Terror, thank you so much for
Hey,
gifting
Lani.
Valkyrie Lantern Witch 69
We're
their
here.
25th month
Come on, let's get
resub.
back to the car.
Happy anniversary, Valkyrie. Leave the ferry.
We need to stop at the local diner to get
It's a
the calendar
Pontiac.
from the landlord, a Mr. Carl Stuckey. He's waiting for us. I'll go fill her up while you get the key. I'll pick you up here in, say, 15 minutes.
Sure.
Alan, thank you for coming here with me.
I love you too. Go on. I'll promise to behave.
Welcome to Twin
I've
Peaks.
forgotten there were still places like this. Towns where everybody knew everybody.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner.
Hi, I was.
Aw, sorry to
wondering
hear
if
that,
you could help
Hardison.
me.
Yeah, no
I'm
worries,
looking
dude.
for-
Mr. Wake, Alan, Wake. Oh, God, I am your biggest fan.
God damn it, why does everybody in this town love me?
I really am.
I'm glad to hear that.
Rose.
Rose.
These
are you
remastered
looking for
eyes
Mr.
make him
Stuckey?
look like he's going to
Carl
eat
Stuckey?
everyone.
Carl? Of course, Mr. Wake. He must have gone to visit the restroom. He'll be back in a moment. I can't believe it. I've got all of your books. I got the cutout from the bookstore when they took it out of the window.
And you keep it here. Well, okay.
That's crazy.
Good for you.
Gorilla Geek, thank you for the 100 biddies, man. Keanu Reeves could play Alan in a live-action movie, probably.
Try the coffee. Just don't blame me when you fall in love, because it'll break your heart when you have to leave.
Rusty here is no longer human. Nothing but black coffee under a thin layer of skin.
Like a water balloon.
Yeah, that makes
Do
total
me a
sense.
favor, Sonny. I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox. I'd do it myself, but both of my legs have gone to sleep. Bad circulation.
I'm behind you.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Coconut again?
Here comes the coconut.
Disgust me. Call yourself a rocker. Unbelievable. Ha!
It does that. Get stuck. Yeah. You need to give it a good solid whack.
And
Yeah,
Hey!
put the lime in the coconut. Drink them both up. Now that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
This is it. I've died and gone to hell.
coconut. Put up, put lime in the coconut. Put up, lime in the coconut. Put up. Is it skipping? There we go. Doctor. Oh, she's really into it too.
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I think I can handle it, ma'am. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to find Stuckey, to get the key and get out as soon as possible. The waitress was giving me a headache. Overeager fans always did.
You're a jerk to your fans, Alan.
Hello?
Mr. Stucky?
Carl couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he was taken ill.
Okay.
But I have the key for you and instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
Thank you.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in. And to meet your wife.
Please don't.
I insist.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm just gonna go this way now.
Cauldron Lake is a special place. Very inspiring.
Right. Your hesitation makes sense to me now.
Young man, you can hurt yourself in the dark. This really ought to be fixed, and then I must remind Sarah to change the lights at the station. It's been too long already.
Even that sounds better than your singing.
Are you all right?
Splendid, splendid! Damn hernia. It swells up like a balloon if I lift anything heavier than a spoon. Yeah, splendid, splendid. It's been a long time, Tom. Good to see you.
Hey,
Good to see you
you
too.
wouldn't happen to have a bottle on you, would you, Tom?
I wish.
Ah, the
Andersons,
alcoholic
they're,
writer.
Local musicians. We're waiting for Dr. Hartman to come pick them up. They wandered off.
I know that name.
The Cauldron Lake Lodge.
I think I killed that guy.
Bye, Mr. Wake.
Mission accomplished. The key and the directions.
My hero. I got some flashlights, just in case.
Man!
Hey, wait! Mrs. Wake! Your keys!
Ah, shit. Then what keys did we take?
That diner was a real nut house.
Can you believe this place? This would make a wonderful setting for a book.
We're supposed to be on vacation, Alice. I'll figure it out when we get back home. Okay?
Okay. We can talk about this later.
Bad man here on KBFF.
I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to bury my head in sand.
Here's another one of my favorites to go with it.
Once upon a time, I was a successful writer, but that was a long time ago. I hadn't been able to write a word in 2 years, not since my last book.
And now the weather. It's gonna be a clear night, so you folks in the big city might want to look up every once in a while, see those stars winking.
That's a real pretty cabin, damn it.
It's pretty dark out here, but they'll light your way.
I'd love to have a place like that.
Wow. It's gorgeous, Alan.
It's something, all right.
Really is.
Don't
Honestly,
worry.
I bet it's better than
I'll get you
Stucky's
inside
place.
safe and sound before it gets dark. And I've got the flashlight.
I know. I'm okay.
Alice had a phobia. The fear of darkness. I wanted to make sure we were inside with the lights on before sunset.
Blackbird fly. Blackbirds fly into the night of a cold black night. Blackbirds singing in the dead of night. Spread these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were always waiting for this moment to arrive.
It's dark in there. We need lights. Can you figure out how to get the power on, honey?
I'll figure it out. It's not that dark. I mean, it's still daylight out here.
Hello? Anyone here?
Ooh, a coffee thermos. Yoink. There's no way you'd put a generator upstairs.
The Deerfest guests have already started to arrive. Just ran into one of
Are you talking about me? Ah, okay, no, he didn't say my name. Good, he was discreet. God damn it! Alright, so maybe they did put the generator upstairs, which would be weird. Hey, you excited for the festival?
For a moment, the oppressive feel of the nightmare I had seen on the ferry returned.
Ah!
Damn. I needed to get the power running in the cabin. There had to be a fuse box or a generator somewhere on the island. The cabin looked like a time capsule from the 60s, or even earlier.
You can't string a single word together on a page, but you're just so descriptive, Alan. That door's locked. That door locked as well. Oh, that looks promising. Hold on.
The power cable goes to that shed over there.
I just noticed. Thank you, darling.
An old generator had been connected to the power cable.
And we got it.
The lights are on. Good work, honey. I'll freshen up a bit and start settling in.
Okay, I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing. Have fun.
I will. Oh, I don't get to.
It was a beautiful place. I told myself
Raven
I
the
could
Kid,
rest
thank you for the
here,
245 biddies.
sleep here, and forget about my work.
Any tips on getting better at streaming, like
I thought
equipment
we
and
could
stuff?
Be happy here.
Upgrading your microphone is always a good one. I have a Stream Deck, which is really useful. Just getting to know all of your gear and equipment. But from what I understand from most people, consistency. Honestly, as a streamer, I've actually dipped in terms of popularity. So asking me how to improve, probably not the best.
Alice? Honey?
I just do what I like.
Alan, I'm upstairs.
Coming up.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, this game's about to be rated M!
Well, hello there.
I'm not the surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
Okay.
Okay.
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you past...
Damn it, Alice, everyone
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here.
Probably a real nice
He
guy, I
specializes in
bet.
helping artists.
So
Maybe-
now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not...
Oh, Ghostface!
Alan? Alan?
I'm right in front of you, Alice.
Just don't! I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice! God damn it! I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. I needed some time alone.
So I left her alone in the dark house that was clearly haunted. Kind of a dick, Alan Wake. Kind of a dick.
Damn it. Alice? Alice? Alice! The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out.
What the fuck?
Coming! It's all right! Coming!
Whoa, whoa, Angry Birds!
What the hell?
I'm coming, but the, like, friggin' birds Alfred Hitchcock up in here.
Alice? Alice?
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Keep going.
Wake up.
Alice?
Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice.
And my car.
The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot. Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
Yeah, probably a prick. Alright, where are we going? This looks like a good way.
The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there.
It's a little stroll through a forest at night. No chance of getting lost, right?
Damn.
Oh no, my Pontiac! Oh, the insurance company ain't gonna believe that. Let's see, if I recall correctly, I think we're somewhere in like Washington or something. Washington or Oregon.
Hello? Hello? Is someone there?
Just don't be a homeless man with an axe, please.
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
So it's probably fine then? Hold on.
Departure by Alan Wake.
Oh, he reads it. It's an audiobook.
The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Awake. Yeah. Am I holding up? I'm doing pretty well, Klungle. How about you?
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Just don't come at me with an axe or I'll have to dodge. That's all I got. I don't even have a flashlight now.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
That'd be nice. Rilla, thank you for the hundo, man. Alan Wake, played by Wake Scalebound. I barely know how to read. Actually, no, that's not true. Wake knows how to read. He read all the Ash Drake novels. Oh, that's a good sound.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Can't climb things. Noted.
Hey! Hey, you!
Hey, you!
There's been an accident. I need help. Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in...
Oh, hell.
Come back later.
Stucky. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square.
Okay, Stucky.
Fair and square.
We cool here, Stucky? Creepy old lady gave me the key instead of you. Okay, Carl. Okay, chill. Chill out, Carl. Whoa! Carl's a master of parkour. I'm just gonna head towards the light. Here's Stucky!
I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
Yeah, I made that reference.
During your...
I'll take that.
It's the latest.
Ooh, what's this?
In...
Battle Ray! Battle Ray!
Proven health benefits let you shoot.
What does it say? Oh, use the phone. Yeah, let's do that.
You can
Yes.
see the sights and keep those
Great Falls Sheriff Station.
God damn it, Carl Stucky!
This is bad.
What's going on over there? Oh, okay. Door time. Nope, door doesn't want. Okay, door's open now. Let's go. Door's open. Let's get the fuck out. Ow. I got zippity zapped. Okie dokie. Let's, back off. Hey, I'm gonna boop this. That fucking dick! How you like that? How you like them apples?
My head pounded with a concussion. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone.
Killed
Or
two
something.
people, sir.
There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick. The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Back off! I have a gun! Don't you dare! Okay. Clear on that one now. Okay, creepy veil lady keeps popping into my nightmare dreams.
What the hell was that?
What the hell was that?
When
My
I
sister
saw the
has
river
turned
below,
into a
something
zombie.
uncoiled itself inside
What the
my
fuck
head.
was that?
I realized
Your
that
girlfriend
I'd
was
have
a
to
demon
find a way across.
too.
I didn't even want to look at the water.
Really Geek, thank you for the 100 biddies. Man, fan of the diner with an axe. I'm such a huge fan. No. Okay.
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Well, as long as he's only stalking me and not actively attacking me, I think that's better. Checkpoint reached. Wow, there's a lot of checkpoints. God damn it, Carl Stucky! Hey, whoever did that. Ah, fucking! No! Hold on. Alright, back at you. Bad! Bad zombie! Bad Shadowman! It's a big lumber yard. This seems like the kind of place you'd hide collectibles. The spot where I'm not supposed to go. Or not. I guess it doesn't have to. Can I climb ladders? I can. How's the game so far? Feels pretty good to me. I've never played Alan Wake before. Oh?
Taken. They're taken.
Taken are filled with darkness.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
I wonder how they're related to the hiss. Or if. Flare gun ammo. Ooh, lithium batteries. Flares. Ooh, I like it. Might not have led me to a coffee mug or nothing, but I got survivability on my side now. Oh, okay. So I should keep my eye out for those. It'll try to tell me to go to hidden things.
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way.
Guessing these piles of logs might be a thingy. What's in here? That's a strange place to keep revolver ammo, but I'm not going to argue. What's going on back this way? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You guys want to fucking go? Okay. You want to go? Let's fucking go, pilgrims! And that's how we fucking do it. A shotgun? Boomsticks are always good. More manuscript.
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs.
Birds, what a bunch of bitches. That door just getting jammed? What the fuck? Let me out! What the fuck? Okay, I guess I'll go out a window. If I'm allowed to. God, ah! Is that physics-based? Oh my god, it was. That seems about right. Boom! Kaiser got you hooked on The Amazing World of Gumball. Gumball is one of the best shows on Cartoon Network in a hot minute. To me, probably the best one since Adventure Time. Is that an ear on a ring?
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's
That
like
sounds real nice.
the forest is quietly breathing along with you. As you listeners know, I'm a night owl, and it's on nights like this I wish I wasn't cooped up in the studio. Makes an old man like me wish I could just roam wild.
Did you miss breaking the loop? Oh yeah, we broke the loop, I think on my birthday. A couple weeks back.
At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly.
Not
for
that
they held
feverishly.
the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice.
Look, I'll see them if they're in my way, but I'm not going out of my way to collect every page. That's just not who I am. That's not this
The gas
Alan
station was
Wake.
closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Hey, Lani.
Dogs!
Barry Burster is the best with no coats. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
I'll keep that in mind when I'm looking for dogs. J Guns, thank you for the 9 months of Prime support. Happy anniversary. Figured out how to use Prime. Hell yeah, man. A lot going on in this forest. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this on. Ah, you dicks! Stop it! All right, you primitive nitwits. Oh, hold on. This is my boomstick! Okay, battery's really draining quickly here. Safe haven. Oh, I have to reload each gun individually. Interesting. What's going on back here? Whoa, danger! Hey, Lani. Ow, fucking. I need to get better at dodging. There we go. Woo! Reloading. Gotcha! Zerno! Thank you for the 48 months, dude. Happy anniversary. Okay. Woo! Missed me! You missed again, dummy! Ha-ha! Woo! Stupid Shadow Man! Ow! Okay, I was against a rock that time. No fair. How many axes do you assholes have? Don't you do it. Oh, it's a page. Gorilla, thank you for the 100 biddies, man. Wizard, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Hands you an AK-47.
I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess.
Uh-oh.
It looked like
Spoilers!
someone trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it. Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
Improbable. That's fake. Man, they sure are kind at this early part in the game, giving me all this ammo and stuff. I'm guessing it's going to get worse as we move along. Oh, what's... Down. Hero's pointing down, yeah? Oh, no, back that way. I like this music cue. What the f... Okay. That way. A torch. Flare gun, flare gun, flare gun, ammo, fa la 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 la, for flare, flare guns. There's another manuscript page. Man without fear runs through the machinery. I'm sure I'm fine. Ha! See you, bitches! Boom! That's what you get. Coming at me like that.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help, but I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up, and she wouldn't help me find Alice.
I need to stop spoiling the story for myself. I have so many lithium batteries. I have too many batteries. What's on the telly? Threshold kids. Threshold kids.
It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed.
Ha ha! Dangly parts.
Didn't I see Alan Wake writing a fucking pilot for this show? In Control?
It would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Icon Rider.
of the press,
Nice.
I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many of you could join me here at the Moorcock.
Is this a prequel to Control? Technically, I mean, it came out before Control.
Practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol.
I love how they mix live action stuff into this.
And now, a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
Please, stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed with this gun.
Okay.
With each pull of the trigger, 2 new realities branch off. One in which the weapon...
Don't try this at home.
And one where it did. With my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed upon myself quantum immortality. Under no circumstances can this gun kill me.
So wait. What you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen.
I'm waiting for that.
somewhere.
Yep, there it goes.
The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
You're insane, Colvin.
Insane? Insane?
Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum immortality.
Well, I guess this ain't the reality, huh?
Poor Dr. Colvin, felled by his own hubris or the ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened, the decaying atom unobserved. Curiosity often kills the cat. In Night Springs.
Dark Prince, thank you for the 141 biddies. What's life without a bit of risk? My favorite death wish. Driving on the highway. Boop. Alright. Alright, this place is kind of antsy, I guess. Oh, I don't like the looks of this. Yeah, this is a boss arena. Hey, Carl Stucky. Uh-oh. Hold on. I unplugged my headphones. I don't want to miss Carl Stucky yelling at me. Ow, dick. Okay, Carl. Wait, hold on. You know what? Oh, Carl! Carl? He doesn't like it when I directly focus on him, but he seems to tolerate it if I just... Take that!
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come. Assuming I'd reach the lights of the gas station alive.
According to the manuscript, I do. Wow, I'm still full on battery. Wasn't there another Shadowman around here somewhere? Could have sworn there was. Hey, coffee. Coffee. Not allowed to interact with that? What's up? There we go, okay. Boop. I feel like the flashlight isn't even that necessary out here right now. The moon is pretty bright. Really Geek, thank you for the 100 biddies. Theory has always interested me, like the theory that each choice we make creates a new universe in which we make the exact opposite choice of what we made. Yeah, multiverse theory.
After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting, at least for a moment. The sane world reasserted itself.
Hey, the Deerfest float.
Stucky spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him.
Poor Stucky. And then Alan Wake blasted his brains across the frickin' lumberyard floor.
The Deerfest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right,
ah, crap.
I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
That's a hell of a Hangover sequel.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
I already read that manuscript. Ah!
Right. I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
According to the manuscript, yeah. So in theory, there's a universe where you never started TFS. There are infinite universes where that never happened. Because honestly, there are infinite universes where I was never born. According to multiverse theory, anyway. I mean, do you know the exact odds of any single one of us existing? How much genetic code had to be matched together through generations to create who we are? It is incalculable how impossible anybody's existence is. 68th Annual Deerfest, September 15th to the 18th. Oh, right in the middle of Oktoberfest. Games and activities, raffle tickets, fishing competition, pie contest, and surprise competitions. Live music for the children. Bucktooth Charlie afternoons, and Montgomery and the Mystics Amazing Phantasmagoria evenings. Don't miss the legendary Deerfest Parade. I hope I don't miss the legendary Deerfest Parade. I need to find my wife before it, though. She'd hate to miss it, too.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Little help. You know, she got a baby face.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker, you are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen, I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head.
I have.
Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay?
Hokey pokey.
Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
Yeah, I blasted his brains out in the... I
I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Candy-colored.
Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crash.
So they just want it to play out like a
attacked by shadowy
television
men
series. That
from
makes
nowhere.
sense.
The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Taken. New York City, 3 years ago. Less facial hair. Still the same tweed jacket.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Man. You must have been a damn good author to afford a place like this in New York. Can I actually put some coffee on? I can.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow. Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Look at those shots.
Oh, really?
Well, you seem to
He does
think
look
so
a bit
last
like
night.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body.
Okay, what does that QR code lead to?
Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Now I just need to remember where the fuse box is in my own home. Not in the closet.
I'm right
I really
here,
don't
baby.
like this, Alan.
It's over there.
Please
Okay.
hurry.
Wow, it stays open and bare.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
Do you want the
You okay?
flashlight?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
The QR
Don't
code
worry.
leads you to a
We'll
promo
just
for
break
Max
out the
Payne 2.
candles.
That's pretty great.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No.
Why the hell would I have this?
Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Carries around an antique light switch just for this. Bright Falls, present day.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
Fine.
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker is...
Caught him on his fishing trip, I guess.
Very good at her job.
Yeah, he's even dressed for it.
Locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
An old computer. You sure this is present day? Wow. Old chalkboard, too. Map.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Thank you.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Shotgun
We were
ammo.
arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I
walked
wanted
through
to
the
tell her what
woods.
had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd locked me up. Excuse me. I need to take this.
Could be anyone, even a telemarketer.
Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife.
Oh, shit.
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park.
You see?
A spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Knack for winning contests? Okay. Richard Ball, Bruce Dansky, Jacob Miller. This town's got a lot. Oh no, a kitty! Hope somebody finds a kitty.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor.
I'm stealing your thermos.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the lights on? The deputies, they don't understand. They won't let... Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different.
I won't.
You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong.
I'm sure they do.
Sure. I beat him up.
Yeah, he probably deserved it.
Drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward.
Right.
Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny.
Right.
No, sir. It only looked like him.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien!
Okay.
I know it sounds like something a drunk would say,
Mm-hmm.
but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
The thing is, he's probably not far off the mark. Because it's probably some interdimensional bullshit.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Okay.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Through the fence on the left. Big Piglet, thank you for the 100 biddies, dude. Booyah! Rand, reminder you're a good person. This world better with you in it. Thank you so much, Piglet. You too, dude.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
At least I know my lines
Alice's
when the time
driver's
comes.
license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Easier said than done, I'm guessing. I mean, I'm guessing you're gonna handle it in a cutscene, so we'll deal. Man, there are cots over there. You go lay down. Ah, really bright.
That reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies.
Uh-huh.
Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Okie dokie.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent
Gorilla, thank you for the 100 biddies.
Better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like
Nice
to
to
invite
meet
you,
you,
to stay at
Hartman.
Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
BAM!
Oh, hey! Oh my! Take it easy.
Got him!
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler. His
Barry!
agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges.
Punch him again!
Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park.
Of course it's midnight.
The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you
Hi,
found him.
Rose.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very
Yeah,
nice
stop being a
girl
dick, Alan.
and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
Bucktooth Charlie. Skeleton of Columbian mammoth. Species estimated to be 14,000 years old. Covered from the La Brea tar pits in 81, it was donated to the Elderwood National Park in 1998 when the Columbian mammoth became Washington's state fossil. Named Bucktooth Charlie, it's since become the park's official mascot. It's a pretty big creature, that there pachyderm.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself.
That bear's
you
face.
shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
I wish.
Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's
understand
just
what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Oh no, it's a puppy!
I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd
Oh,
shake
this
your
is a
hand,
little
but mine are
wax.
kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk?
Poor
It's just
baby.
across from Bucktooth
I want to
Charlie.
pet him.
Okay, sure.
Let me pet him.
What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap.
Poor baby.
They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes.
Note to self, look out for
Well,
bear
at least
traps.
Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Poor baby.
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
No, I want to pet the dog. Let me pet the dog.
Okay, boy. We're almost done.
Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing...
Yeah.
Listen, you hit your head.
Can I pet the dog now? No, don't just set the paper by the dog without petting its head.
Here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Better give the dog scritches when you pick up those keys, Alan Wake. I hope you die!
At the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
I'm gonna purposefully step into a bear
Freak
trap
me
now.
out? It's working. Aha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now. Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into...
Am I now glad his wife's missing? It's not his wife's fault. He should be missing.
Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This is not a goddamn debate, Barry.
Oh yeah, Red Dead 2's
Going to
much
Lover's
better. You can
Peak.
pet a dog as
He
much as
said
you
to
want in
come
that.
alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Bless you, Barry. Bless you again.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Do I not have any of my weapons? Did the sheriff take my guns? And a hold on, I had 20 batteries. Nah, I should leave the lights on for Barry. This place is real nice. Alan Wake deserves worse. Like, way too nice. Somebody who won't pet a dog that's in pain. Should be illegal to add dogs and cats into games and not let people pet them. I agree. Okay, so I only have my revolver. I don't have my shotgun anymore.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode.
As if.
And was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
I mean, Alan wouldn't even pet a puppy. Something was wrong. Clearly, Alan had been taken over by the darkness.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Gorilla, thank you for the 100 biddies. Wake started his own Twitch channel. What would it be called? Puppy Hater 6969420 lol. Probably. Angry raccoon? All these places fair game? Wow, just leave them unlocked, huh?
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more
Wait,
organized.
that was a
than I
person.
ever seem to
Yup.
manage.
This reminds me of a place I stayed up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan once. Some nice cabins up that way.
Tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh? Yes, exactly.
Hey, Lani. Yo, Canadian hobo. I assume that wasn't your fault. Thank you so much for gifting 3 subs to the community. Welcome to the Lanimaniacs and happy anniversary. You lucky 3 people gifted a sub by the very, very generous 00 Canadian hobo. Moonshine Cave, Lover's Peak. That's where I'm headed. That trailer doesn't have an entrance. What the fuck? Birds! Kick the air next to that one. Oh, some shit went down here. Wonder what's on TV. Boo 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 boo.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
I'm talking about the man in the mirror. Ooh!
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow.
So you punched him.
Really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy?
I wonder if Alan left this part in his
Why
book.
would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face.
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
There's a lot of cherry blossoms in this room.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
Chris Gregg, I never said I hated this game. I just hate Alan Wake.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He wants
Also,
some
you can
straight
pet
up
dogs in
memory.
The Last of Us 2 as well.
You think
Just only the friendly ones.
Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will.
I still think The Last of Us 2 is criminally overhated. That one might have been a little too high concept for me. Hold on, I want to check the trunk first. Manuscript!
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page."
See, clearly it wants me to go that way. Yeah, Last of Us 2 has some, like, really, really good set pieces. The fucking Rat King? Oh, man. I'll remember that, like, for years.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Oof. That's the roughest kind of unrequited love. Yep. Okay, having flashbacks or having flash forwards, I guess.
This was no head injury.
Oh, okay.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please!
Rusty Shackleford!
Anybody? Help me! Help me!
Oh god, the dog better be okay!
Hello?
Where's the dog?
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page.
The doggy's okay, thank God.
Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this...
I need
could
to
be
pet
all.
Max.
Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
I can only mash circles so much, Alan! Pet the fucking dog!
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on. At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Oh, good to know there's a safe spot coming up.
It was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
I gotta go protect the puppy. Go protect the puppy! Protect the puppy! Max!
Rusty!
Max! Ow, it's got shots. Leave the dog alone! Max!
Tore a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
I'll feed Max all I want, you motherfucker.
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license.
Oh, there you are.
Obey the park ranger's instructions at all times.
This is gonna be awkward.
Rusty, no! Never go close to the yards.
Ow!
Never approach any other.
Ow, I'm tapping the button, you dick.
That's us really. Never leave your pet unattended.
What'd you do with Max?
Is against the law to remove any natural objects or historical.
Where's Max? Tell me now!
This includes even books you may find along the river. Even simple berries.
Imagine how much quickly. Imagine how quickly this situation would be resolved if Jesse Faden were here. Whoa, hi guys. Yeah, where's Max? Alan Wick. Alan Wick would pet the dog. Alan Wake's a jackass. I hope that's Max toppling those trees, just being really angry about not being pet. Mahoy hoy.
What the hell was that? I saw from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone.
Except
I
Max.
mean it.
Open the door for Max. He's a sweet boy and he deserves love.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring.
Okay, so...
He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Yeah, he's dead now. Because Alan Wake shot him to death. Hey, Lani. Worldwide Wimpy with that 37 months courtesy of Probably Not a Mayor. Happy anniversary, Wimpy. Are we Wake yet? We're trying. Safety. Stay on designated hiking trail. You're not my mom.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
But I could go to Moonshine Cave real quick if I wanted. Why is Moonshine Cave paved? Oh, there's a hidden thing here. And a shotgun. Look at that. Flare gun, lithium batteries. I'm glad batteries only drain when I use the hyper intense focus of it. And that they, for like whatever reason, recharge when I'm not. I'm guessing nightmare mode does not like the batteries don't recharge. It's the only thing I can like take a glean, like it's the only thing I can glean from it. Alright, violin, chill. Matrix dodge! Ah, fuck! I didn't even mean to switch to that, but that worked out. Canadian Hobo, thank you for the 100 biddies. Maybe it's solar powered? Yeah, but it's nighttime. It would have to be like kinetically powered, like, you know, one of those like shake lights, like Travis Touchdown's sword. I'm sorry, beam katana. Do not feed the wildlife. $100 penalty. That's all? Shit, I'll pay $100 to feed a deer.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was.
That's only if I get caught.
The waitress at the diner had seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth when he left the diner. Rose was just the kind of fan that Al hated, but she really tried to help. She was smart too, knew a lot about what was going on in the town, knew a lot about Al, even knew who Barry was. Barry liked her. That was no big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
I bet Barry likes dogs. Shoddy bullets, eh? Back into the swirling mire. Oh, hi. Whoa, dude's got a shovel. Kablamo! Right in the knee. Whoa! Fucking Paul Bunyan over here. Well, that chopped him down to size. That dude was big. That's a big fella. Goku SS 400. Thank you for the 100 biddies, my dude. Game won't let you pet the dog. There's only one alternative. Find the nearest cute pup. In this case, it'd be Mr. Steak. Blammo! Blammo! The great old one. Felled by lightning in 1937, this exceptionally tall Rocky Mountain Douglas fir was over 200 years old. According to local legends, it stretched beyond the stars. After it fell, it was measured to be 66 meters tall. Nearly a record length. The mighty Cthulhu tree. Hi there, fella. No. Ow, dick! Son of a bitch! Don't you dare throw something from me from over there. Swear to God damn you! Yeah, that's what you get. What? That bother you? How about that? How about that? Yeah, not so fun when you can't dodge it now, huh? Idiot. Fuck! Dodged it. Play that game with me, huh? How about this? Alright. Running low on ammo there, Chief. Hey, there's a box that'll inevitably have some ammo in it. Revolver ammo. I need it.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
And more. Which means there's more paint. Aha! Here we are. Hidden by a rock. Symbol of a torch. It's around here somewhere. Close. Very close. So we saw the yellow paint already. Okay, fellas. Okay, fellas. Let's calm the fuck down, huh? Whew, that's a lot of them. Okay, let's lure you all into a nice area here. Wow! How about that? Oh, big boy didn't care. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Watch it. Watch it, fella. Okay, somebody over there takes exception to the rules, I take it. Unfortunately, there's a lot of rocks here. Crate's got to be around here somewhere. Somewhere's around here. Those guys wouldn't have just shown up for no reason. They were here to hide that crate from me. A great crate to protect my bottom from Angry shadow people. Or not. Maybe not. It's also possible not. By the way, I don't see a torch painted on any of these. So we'll just keep moving right along. Oh, yeah, can't get through that way. Of course I can't. Why would I be able to? Dates from 1846, the year of the Oregon Treaty. Coffee.
Hey, Lani.
Tree is a ring cut starting growing 1846, the year the Oregon Treaty was signed. Other notable events marked on the rings. Washington Territory formed, founding the Bright Falls Mining Company. Washington granted statehood. Tree damaged in forest fire. Bright Falls Mining Company closes its doors after volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake. Mount St. Helen erupts. And tree felled by storm. Define user error. Thanks so much for the 15 months of support. Happy anniversary, dude. Nothing else here, huh? Just the tree ring? You'd like me to believe that, wouldn't you? Physics! Guess I'll jump over this broken fence then. Can't stop me from getting to Lovers, whatever this place is called. Oh, thanks, Lonely Virgin. I grew it myself. Awkward, a little awkward. Ah, birds! Birds! Uh-oh. That's a bad. Hey,
Come
mister.
on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff.
Well, yeah, but it fucking
Keep the
works.
bastards away.
What's this fella's deal?
You can see them too?
Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Great answer.
Yeah, let's move.
Move. Why?
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name.
The old man?
We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up.
Ow! Motherfucker! Wait, I don't have a gun anymore? What the fuck is this nonsense? Where did my gun go? I don't like not having a gun. Can we keep moving? Look, either we need to keep moving or you need to be way better with that thing. Like, way better! Way better! Dicks! Motherfucker! This isn't on me!
Lover's Peak. Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Mother... Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. No can do, Wake.
Where did my gun go?
No time for back talk.
This is some bullshit. Hey guys, Alan Wake here. Yeah, I'm working on it. That motherfucker just kicked me.
Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Just a little longer. I almost got it. Okay, it's open. Move it or lose it. That's what I got for you.
If I'm lucky, maybe they'll eat him.
Better get ready. They'll be on us soon.
God damn it, are you kidding me? Let's get to this area with the big bright light. That'll be safe. They won't stop us here. I mean, they'll throw shit at us, but it'll be fine.
This is it, Wake. Last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready.
Ooh, and a coffee
We
thermos.
fight them as long as they keep coming.
Let me get that thermos. I want that thermos. Give me that thermos. I want
Give
the...
me the goddamn gun!
Fuck! Dodge! Now, damn it! Wait, come fucking... Why aren't you moving? Oh, the light went out. Cool. Hey, can you shoot the ones that are closer? Oh, cool. Climbing up here now. Yeah, I noticed. Fuck! Oh, why are they ignoring him? Yeah, if you could shoot. Frickin' jackass. Oh. Okay, Big Barry, just chill. I hope they kill him. Oh, God, the shoulder tackle. Hey, could you be any worse with that goddamn gun, jackass? over here playing dodge axe. Ah! My hips! Nothing to it? Yeah? Nothing to it?
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her and
Oh shit! Oh god, I have a temper! Find his gun, find his gun, find his gun, find his gun. Throw a flare in his mouth. Wakey's got a gun. Alan Wake's got a gun.
I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here! He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him.
Except these pages of a manuscript I was picking up.
And figure out my next move. On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now.
Peace, Chris Gregg. Have a good night, dude. Okay, keep moving, Alan. Keep moving. That shit's not gonna stand. I mean, maybe it will. These things clearly have been here for many, many years. Just don't jump on them. That's all. Don't go bouncing on the wood bridge. Yes, I told you I'd do it! Ow, dick.
It hurt like hell.
That's what you get for not petting Max, Wake. See, that's how you use a gun, dick. I'll avoid this one, if only because I don't want to die. Then Max might step in it. Alright, Wake, for Max. Oh man, that's a lot. I don't know if I can take care of all of these. Max is just gonna have to be a little bit smarter. What the f— No, seriously, what the fuck? How are there this many? Who needs this many bear traps? Ever? Like fucking Jigsaw? motherfucker! Ah, dicks. There was a third one. Ah, I dodged into it! What the hell? He's following you about 30 feet back. Ducks down on all fours and breaks into a sprint. He's gaining on you, Shia LaBeouf. Running for your life from Shia LaBeouf. He's brandishing a knife, it's Shia LaBeouf. Lurking in the shadows. Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf. Living in the woods, Shia LaBeouf. Killing for sport, Shia LaBeouf. Eating all the bodies, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Oh, hi. Dick! Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get for putting out bear traps that hurts poor Max. Who better be okay, I swear to God.
The night had been one desperate situation after another.
I don't like the
was
title of this.
exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
Ah, but a hunting rifle. That'll help. Actual rifle, too, not a shotty. Yeah, that mesh is just too much for me to duck under. Can't have that. Anything hidden back this way? Oh, it looks like there could be. No? Perhaps not. Alright, towards the chainsaws we go. Down the inescapable path real quick.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
I'm hitting something with that. Oh, it's that goopy stuff. I dealt with that in Control. Hey, there it is. see, by tilting it down that way, I did something that will hopefully allow me to get over to there. Ah, yes, this. Huh. Nope, Alan can't climb because he's holding a flashlight. Let's go with that. Oh, here we go. Unrelated entirely. What's breathing? Something's breathing. Take that, goo. Oh, there's more of it. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. This stuff all seems related too. Yeah, Skyrim climb this mountain. Seriously, all that like black ooze down there. The darkness is breathing. I can hear it very plainly over here. Ow! Yeah, that was dumb of me. Did I get all of it? Like, I still hear breathing over here. I don't even know if there's a point to getting all of it. Like, maybe there isn't. Yeah, whatever. Ow! What the fuck hit me that time? I wasn't even really paying attention. I just got, like, smacked with something. Whatever, I'm heading out. Make it through the woods. Yeah, let's do that. But I know when I make it through the woods, that's when I hear the chainsaw. All of you back off. Reloading. Gotcha. Victory jump. Yeah, what are we gonna do about it now? I got a light here, jackasses. This is a safe space, and you can't touch me in my safe space. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, if I leave my safe space, got free reign. But don't do it, though. Oh, there's another coffee cup over there. Plus side, way fewer bear traps out here. It's nice. Back! Back! Back, you beasts! Dodge! Ow! Mother! How's this town even have this many people? Coffee. Which is great, because I feel like Alan Wake doesn't sleep. Like, the only time we've seen him sleeping is when he's been, like, knocked unconscious. He's always awake. Yeah, you're. Whoa! Oh no 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 no! Okay. Oh, I don't like this cramp. Hey, hey, hey! None of that. None of you goopy goobers. I cast magic missile at the darkness.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
This episode's way longer than the first one. Oh. But how do I get to that? Can I break this? No, looks like there's a way around, though. Is there a ladder somewhere? It doesn't want me to shoot these boards, I'm guessing. What if I shove this over? Yeah. Eh! There we go. More manuscript!
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
Note to self, birds are going to attack Barry. Grab the flare. Another thermos. Can't just go leaving coffee everywhere, Awake. There. I have slaughtered the darkness. I slew it with my flashlight of justice. Darkness wears her face.
Ika uka muka monka!
Hold on. Ah, damn, I almost had him trapped on the physics of the world. Ah, my ass! Got him! Wait, what? What's happening? You know what? If they fall to their doom, it's still a victory. Bats! I like bats. Cute little mices with wings. Okay, rude. It's okay if you just want to stand there. I'll point this flashlight at your dick all day. Pop! Missed. Whoa! You missed too. All right, cool. Yeah, you're right. It's also 100% not my fault if they fall to their doom. That's a pacifist victory right there. Oh, wow. I'm full up. Uh-huh. What keeps knocking down trees? I hope it's Max. It is. Uh-oh. Yeah, that'd be it. I'm gonna go ahead and use these now. There we go. Alrighty, alrighty. Dicks! Motherfucker! Okay, fine. How about this? Oh! It one-shot kills the the mid-bosses, too. Okay. Hey, Nate Hawk, how you doing, man? I'm doing alright tonight.
Hey, Lani.
Turns out Chainsaw Man wasn't that tough. When's that anime supposed to be coming out? Sometime soon, right? I haven't read the manga. But I've heard nothing but good things. December-ish? Cool. Tobinator, thank you for the 45 months, my dude. Happy anniversary. 45 months, dang, 3/4 of the way to 4 years as a Lanimaniac. Wish I could be on more, but love supporting you, Lani. Take care. You too, dude. And no worries. I know life gets in the way. Hell, I've barely had time to stream over the past couple of weeks. Oh, hold on. Phone. Mahoy hoy.
Barry? Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
Don't let the birds sense your fear.
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights on. Carry me home.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Life will go on, my little windmill. Hey, Lani. Nate Hawk. Thank you for the 6 months, my man. Happy anniversary to you.
I'd have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster.
It's not that
And the
locked.
headlights were a welcome bonus.
Okay, it's pretty locked. So we're just assuming that the keys are in the bathroom.
The FBI agent's command froze me in place.
FBI?
I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it. But it felt all wrong. Call it instinct. His posture. The way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
Been following you for years. Started streaming yourself back in March. Been one of your biggest inspirations. Oh, thanks so much, Nate. Yeah, that's where I keep my hunting rifle ammo. Right in the shitter. This place doesn't even have plumbing. This is the crappiest shitter.
I had to find the key to the garage.
Well, at least this... Okay, this one actually has toilets. So... Okay.
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
Whoa, hi! Yeah, that one was occupied, I guess. Died in the crapper, just like Elvis. Drive. Oh.
Beep, beep!
Wait, hold on.
Beep, beep!
Flash him with the high beams.
Beep, beep!
Where am I going? This way, right? Oh, a sick jump. Kinda. How did I end up walking this far? This don't feel right. Car kind of handles a bit like butt, but that's
Hey,
fine.
Lani.
Becky Boo 626. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Hope you enjoy the emotes, the ad-free experience, and one of the most wonderful communities on the face of the internet. Welcome to the land of maniacs, Becky Boo 626. Thank you kindly for the support. Oh, I keep hitting. There we go. Handles like real butt. I mean, I've also done a number to it by now. Can I get out? Yeah, I can get out. Okay. Alright, remember where we parked. Yeah? I heard somebody rumble at me.
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
Pow! You're not wrong. Yeah?
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horse.
My wife!
You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need... a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
No, I don't want to get you.
Yes, I get you.
This is a misery shit. I mean, obviously, you know, this is all kind of based around Stephen King stuff, so.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
Uh-oh, lights just went out. Oh yeah, this looks miserable. I don't like that.
I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the kitchen. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
Yeah, they sure are. They sure are weird. Nope, there they are. Take that, birds! Yeah, you hate flashlights, don't you? Come at me, stupid birds! Okay, where are the ones that are actually attacking? There they are! There they are! Ah, fuck, there's more! Yeah, it's pretty great there. Barry! Really happy for you. Oh, this isn't annoying. Oh, you think I don't see you? Off. Freaking Artie Hitchcock over here just trying to.
Open the door now. They're gone.
Yeah, I killed every bird.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
Yeah, you fucking are!
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back.
Russ is gonna shatter my ankles with a sledgehammer. Ah, right. Other book.
For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Except for the ones that I kept finding that I had clearly written.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
Wow, she sounds so normal.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear Dinah.
Good girl.
Not Rose. They got the TV show feel of these openings and endings really down.
Come here. Pretty please. Can you tell me where I am?
Tobin here, thank you for the 100 biddies. Doesn't he know that when you rush things, you make it worse? And thank you for the additional 200 biddies. Solar Flare! File Pembroke, thank you for the 100 biddies. Hey, Lani. Do you know anything about the upcoming Wheel of Time TV show or book series it's based on? I know it's very popular. I've had many people recommend it to me. We're 2 episodes in. I think that's where I'm going to call it for the night. But I'm digging this so far. It's not quite as good as Control in my book, but that's kind of to be expected because Control came before this, or after this. You know. But hey, I'm digging on what we've got so far. And I look forward to more. So tune in, because tomorrow, before the Unexpectables, well, before Gobtober, but after the Talkcast Pod Show, I'll probably be playing some more Alan Wake. I'll tweet it out before I go live, but if not, you can always catch the VOD on youtube.com/LaniPlayTour. Probably be up somewhere between 3 to 5 days after the stream itself. But hey, I am going to head to bed. I'm going to go snuggle my puppy, because Alan Wake won't pet a dog, but I damn sure will. In fact, hold on, let's see if I can lure him in here. Sister Steak! Steaky! Do I hear you? Oh, I hear the kitties. There he is! Come here. Alan wouldn't pet Max, but I'll pet you. I'll pet the heck out of you. Yes, I will. Because you's a good boy. Good boys get almonds. Yeah, you do. You want the almond? Sit. That's a good boy. Yeah, now you get pets. Yeah! Have a good night, everybody. I'm going to go pet Mr. Steak, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out.